Oh yeah.
These are sweet.
Look what we got. It is another day of working in the shop. We are working on the heavy wrecker today. Our shocks came in from Bill Stein. I'm super excited about it. I ripped them out of the box. I went to put them on and realized I'd made a massive calculation error. So let me show you what that is. I didn't make these towers tall enough. They're about 5 inches shorter than I need for the shocks. I don't know where the error came from. I'm pretty sure I'm the one that made it. I just don't know how I did. But that's what we're working on now. So this is what I'm planning on doing. I'm gonna cut the top out of this, lift it off. I'm gonna get 4 pieces made that look a lot like this little piece right here that'll fit on top. And we'll just extend this up, put a nice gusset there, do some pretty artwork so it looks like we planned on doing it the whole time. And that will solve the problem. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the back first because I think this will be the simplest, and then we'll do the front. We're gonna be getting into the hood. I've gotta figure out what we're doing there, but we'll definitely show you how we do it because we're gonna be doing it in front of the camera. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do is see how much room we have with the swing of this boom, with the interference between the winch and the top of this tower if it goes up. We may need to fudge the tower this way a little bit. We're gonna find out right now, just like this. So I think we're gonna be okay. All day. Well, we dodged the bullet because there's no reason for that to go more vertical than that. We're gonna have to put a stop of some sort on this so that the bumper isn't the winches. Step number 1 is gonna be to cut this lid out. It's never a proud moment when you gotta cut all your hard work out. Such a smart little saw. So these are the original pieces that we were gonna put in right here. This is the brace for the shock. So these are now gonna be up here. We may end up cutting them off so they rest on the top of that. I think that's what we'll do. I wanna leave this lip in here to add some rigidity to it, plus it's easier. I'm gonna modify these boxes. I'm gonna cut right there, and then I'm gonna cut right there. There's a lot of cutting that needs to happen here. Let's use science. Here, Lizzie, pry up on that bar. Slowly. Okay, I just need Tom to order me some parts. Let's just tack something, then we can cycle. These are gonna go under the new hat, exactly the same way as the other ones. And we can just adjust them left and right to get the clearances that we need right here. But the back end's not gonna be turning this sharp, and neither is the front end. The front end is probably gonna be turning about this sharp, yeah, and the back end's gonna be turning about this sharp. We need to do some CAD work here. All right, I've done some cardboard aided drafting here, a little CAD if you will. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get these, I'm gonna send pictures of these to Tom. He's gonna draft these up on the computer, then he's gonna email them over to Flog. Flog's gonna cut them out for us, and then we're gonna put this together, and it's going to be amazing. So the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the rest of the towers off, modify them like this one, so that we'll be ready when the parts come.
getting these toolboxes set in so it actually looks like a truck. So I'm just putting the bolts in.
Somebody's been here. We need to polish this hood. We need to put it on. We need to weld it. We can't add those towers without doing that. All right, we need to put this on and weld it. Right here. Something not right. So we're gonna have to bring these shock towers up to here, which means we've got to cut through this hinge. We're gonna eliminate the hinge. We don't need it anyway for the way that this is gonna be working. I'm not happy about it, but it is the solution that I'm going to go with for fixing this. So we're gonna be welding this hinge solid, make this hood basically 2 pieces instead of 4, and it's gonna work. Hopefully that grounds it. Can't see a thing.
Yeah.
Ow. That'll do it. Let's go do the other side now. Okay. That should be super strong. Lizzie, I'm gonna hold this while you weld it. All right, so we got this welded up. Let's see if it fits or if we ruined it. This is the shape that we're gonna be welding on to the top of this. So I'm gonna go straight up to here. I know that this is stair step, but we're gonna fix it with a wide trim piece. I've never been happy with how sloppy these were. Yeah. So, that's gonna be close. I'm still gonna have to cut through it.
You think?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it on the back anyway. All right, let's see how this looks. So that's gonna come right like that. And that one's gonna come right like that. And then with the right trim around this, it's gonna look okay. This angle I don't like, so I'm wondering if the trim should square off. All right, we need to make these look like that one. It's gonna take some work. All right, these are just temporary. So they'll just tack this right out here. I mean, it's just being tacked for a minute. All right, now we should probably cool off one of those. They're probably pretty hot. They're all pretty cool, but they're super hot. Goes through like this. 84. All right, I think that's pretty good there. All right, so we are running out of time today. I'm gonna stay here and work a little longer. Lizzie's taking off. It's Friday afternoon. It's time to go home. I'm gonna work for just a little bit longer and then we'll be back Monday and it'll be like this for you. All right, we're back. It's a new day. We called Flog. We're like, hey, we need these brackets right now because I totally messed up on the shock towers. They whipped these things out in record time and we're ready to go to work on this.
Heck yeah, let's get it done.
All right, so number one, what we're doing right now is I want to build all these identical. So instead of stacking them up on here and maybe getting some variation, I'm going to build them all the same. The chances of them fitting are 0 because these are probably all different, but we're going to give it a try. So we're going to make a jig here. Lizzie's going to start welding this jig to the table. We're going to get it squared up. Believe it or not, we're going to square it up, and then we'll start building these. That'll make sure that they're all the correct width.
I woke up this morning and it was a little bit cold, so I put on my Matt's Off-Road Recovery hoodie. You can go get yours at mattsoffroadrecovery.com.
There's still going to be some eyeball sight in here. Let me do this first one and kind of see what it's going to do, and then you copy it exactly. Let me watch you build one really quick from scratch. That looks good. Just start tacking it up.
Okay, so I just got all 4 of these welded up. They're looking pretty good. Now it is time to weld the inside.
Looks good, Lizzie. I don't know if that's gonna match the rest of the truck. First, we've got to put some brackets on the bottom. We're going to start at the front and go backwards because the front, I don't know why we're starting on the front. We're starting on the front though. All right. Seems super strong. Okay. Make sure this is tacked before you start welding anything.
Okay, sounds good.
You want a quality hammer when you're fabricating because you're going to be hitting a lot of stuff. Okay? That's just going to go right like that. And then just fill that in with weld. I'm not crazy about it either, but I think it's going to look good when we're done because we have a plan to make it look good. Just got to get that completely square. So if this is my pattern, I'll just make all of them to this. Okay, Lizzie, reach in there, weld that.
Number 2 is all done.
How many?
2. My fingers don't work in gloves. Okay.
And so we'll just weld this on like that. So this bolt's just temporary to hold it in place. Lizzie's gonna weld those.
It up.
Yeah, weld those brackets on.
Well, that one's done.
Well, in the words of Paris Hilton, that's so hot right now. Hey, we're gonna play a little game of fit this ginormous shock in here. Okay. We knew this was needed to be angled back, so let's angle it back a little bit. How does that look? It's not, you know, it's not centered in the tower, and if it was angled back, I guess. This is our first time building this. Doesn't look terrible. We are at maximum extension. These are basically going to move straight up and down. If they move any direction, they're going to move back. So it's looking like we have pretty good symmetry from side to side. This is so cool. 2 inches per side. So let's get that cut first. Tightened up. Well, Lizzie, you're way better at this than me, so why don't you just do this? So, I need these welded around as much as you can. If you get a good strong weld here, and then up in here as far as you can. Okay. These ones, just as much as you can. You'll be able to get it. You'll be able to get quite a bit.
This is going to be difficult.
Okay. All right, so Lizzie's got these all welded up, and we are gonna install the shocks now. SEMA permanent.
Kind of like semi-permanent.
These are not the final fasteners. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little head. These are not going to be the permanent bolt. And if they are the permanent bolt, they'll work just fine. All right, we got all the shocks on. They look really good. I'm very happy with how they look. Let's see if there's any difference in how bouncy this thing is. It's solidified up. All right, Lizzie, tell them what we got done this week.
Look at this. This is what we accomplished. We had to redo the shock towers, we got the mounts finished, and we got the shocks mounted. They look awesome.
Yeah, they do. So these are a 3-inch Bilstein with a 16-inch stroke on them, triple bypass, and they got the piggyback reservoir on them. Super excited to see how these perform. We got to get this thing running first, and that's what we're gonna do in the future. But next video, you're gonna see us put drive shafts on and finish up some other things, and we're gonna get this old girl ready for SEMA. Thanks for watching. You know those fireworks that like emits a shower of sparks? That's what I'm getting right now, is a shower of sparks.